Hey, what's up, my peeps? Peace to ya. Just chilling outside on this beautiful day in the sunshine, and I thought, you know what? It's a good moment to sit down on this bench and share a thought with you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. And this thought is about the status quo. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about rules and regulations that we have to constantly follow in our employment, in our relationships, in our finances, on the road driving, even in the grocery store, right? There's certain things that we have to follow day in and day out that society has put on us to do. Now, I'm not knocking rules. Rules can be good. Rules keep order. But what I'm talking about is like breaking away from the status quo and actually making these rules work for you. Because who says you can't bend rules, right? Why can't you bend a rule to work in your favor? Why can't you step outside of the box but still have one foot in, right? Why can't you find a loophole that actually benefits you in life? This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about here, okay? Let's just use this hypothetical scenario. Let's say you're a customer service rep at a job. Okay, this is your job. You answer the phones day in and day out. Your employer says, you know what? We have something called adherence. What that means is you have to be on the phones at least 85% of the time during the day. If you fall below 85%, we ding you. Okay? All right, so I know a lot of people who would be frightened if they fell below the 85%. So scared that they would never leave their desk, ever. Barely to get up and use the bathroom, and even then, peeing as fast as they can to get back to the telephone. And, you know, the only thing that this does is it raises your blood pressure, your anxiety, and then you're living in fear constantly. You feel like a rat in a cage, sucked in by society's rules. Well, if you know the rule of the game, and you know you got to hit that quota, well, why would you give any more? Okay, like everybody's like, yeah, when you get a job, you know, you should always give 110% so that you can get that big raise at the end of the year, or you might get that big bonus check. I'm here to tell you something. I've already been there and done that. It does not pay off to give 110%. All it does is raise the blood pressure, the anxiety, and possibly your weight because you're just sitting at your desk not moving all day long. I found a way to get away from that. In fact, I got it in my mind. I was like, you know what? Screw the status quo. I'm not going to give you 110%. I'll give you 100. And I will fly right where you need me to fly at 85%. May give you a little bit more. But I'm not giving you any more because I'm saving my sanity and I'm keeping my anxiety levels low, and I'm going to be able to sleep at night because life is too short to be freaking out over status quo rules. And you know what? You still get that bonus check. You still get that raise, even if you're at the level they want you to be at. Because you know why? Because you're consistently there. That's why. Because think about it. If you started giving more and more than what your employer is looking for, then they expect more and more and more from you. So what if you're having a bad day? What if you feel like crap and you don't feel like giving 110% that day? In fact, you want to just go home and sleep. So you start falling below your norm, which is your high quotas, I should say. And then all of a sudden your boss comes to you and says, oh, I've noticed you've been a little bit under your normal. Like, what's wrong today? How come you're not where you're supposed to be? And the thing is, supposed to be, it's not actually where you're supposed to be. If you're giving 99% and all they want is 85, you see what I'm saying? But if you always give them right what they need, and then maybe give a little bit more, then if you start, falling a little bit behind, that's okay, because it's normal. You're consistently at that level, and that's all they expect out of you. So you know what? You sleep better at night. You know you did a good day's work without busting your tail and raising your blood pressure. And you're still making the same good money. So that's my example. And I'm sure you can think of other ways how to apply it in your life. I guess the whole point of this is, don't be afraid to go against society's rules. Don't be afraid to find a loophole in society's rules. And don't be afraid to put one foot in the box while you still got one out. Because in the end, when you're dead and gone, none of this is going to matter. Your job does not matter. They do not care about you when you're dead. They're not going to say at your funeral or put on your gravestone, "Here lies John. He was such a good worker. He always hit 99% or more on his adherence. Rest in peace, John." Please. Please. They don't give a crap about you. All they're going to do is replace you with another warm body. Or down in the future, they're going to replace you with AI. It's coming, and you know it. But that's another video. I'll have it up next on the screen, and I talk a little bit about that and my thoughts about AI. So anyway, hope you found value. Like, share, subscribe. Drop me a line. Let me know what you think. Have you bent the rules before? And if you have, how did it work out for you? I'd like to know. And, I just want you to take it seriously, because our health is way too precious to be given our best away, when we should be retaining our best for our own selves and for the energy of our own families. Because in the end, isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that why it matters, why we're here? I think it is. I think it is. Just be you. Just be healthy and happy. And just freaking bend the rules every now and then, okay? All right. See you next one. Peace out.